sorry if you hear the dog barking. It's Kathy P. Welcome back. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Mine was pretty good. It's laid back and quiet. Cooked a lot. Ate way too much. Did the messy cleanup. Just hung out with the kids and the hubby. Watched some football. Just nice laid back day. Well, I hope everybody did have a good one. Trying to get this laptop and StreamYard straightened out here. My signal, I think it's my signal with my internet, so I'm waiting on Spectrum so that I can go live, because this should be done live. It's hard to do this in videos, reviewing someone else's live and trying to piece different lives together. It'd be easier, I think, to do a live with this. But there was so much content in these 2 lives of Ellebee's with her and her hubby, where she's claimed a lot. Like, she never lied, she never faked an email, she never did any phony money raising because she didn't run a fundraiser, but she did. And she don't talk about uni yet, always talks about uni, and I never vet bashed him, but yet I've got video of her and her husband vet bashing him. She actually made a comment about him being a father, which we'll get into that in the second video. This video is LB, deny. But I just get so sick of her little, oh, I'm so little Miss Innocent Naive, I would never attitude. It's bullshit. She's sneaky, she's thirsty, and a bad thirsty. Because she's up to this and up to her knees, whether she wants to admit it or not. The proof is the proof. She claims she has all this proof, but I haven't seen any yet. And if there is proof of the things she's claiming in this video, please, in the comments, let me know. Because I'll show it. I'll say she was right. She had proof. But she keeps regurgitating this stuff that happened in 2019 conveniently every year at the holidays, so she can dry beg and whine and say, oh, I have 6 kids, it's so expensive, and I'm in a slump, and I was going to leave YouTube, which we've heard that before. Every time things get a little tough, she wants to run away and hide. And Katie did this, Katie did that. Look, the stuff between her and Katie, they both were at fault. Elle did her share of shit just like Katie did. I'm not a big KJ fan, never hid that fact. So, Elle, you're not innocent in this, and I'm sick of you trying to play that card all the time. You're sneaky, and you pass on information, and you're okay with passing out misinformation. We've seen that. But yeah, let's just get into this, because I could gab here all day about this. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, this is fair use. It is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, and it is just my opinion and just mine. Though I do have Nate's and Steve's in here too. But you know what I mean. I'm just stating my opinion. Saying this because we all know that they falsely strike channels. But let's get into that old little Miss Innocent. Oh, and she pats herself on the back a lot. And then she whines and, oh, it's so hard. I put so much work in. And then she goes back to her dry e-bacon. I call it dry bacon. Not by what the dictionary says. Just my own definition of dry bacon. Her and her hubby get on here and they roundabout dry bake. Oh, well, we got 6 kids and it is the holidays and she's been in a slum. You're dry baking. Well, and then she'll say, well, it's so expensive. I'll be down more. I got kids, 6 kids, which she hammers home about. That's dry bacon. And conveniently, she's the one regurgitating this conveniently at the same time of the year it happened in the first place, or allegedly happened, because like I said, she could easily show proof her channel was down, but her channel wasn't down for 90 days. She was back up, I think, within like 3 weeks, maybe a little bit more, something like that. I think she took her channel down, tried to switch it up, came back, hit the cater hate train even harder. That's how she built her channel. Trying to jumping on the cater. She's a big hater. A big hater. And then trying to be Katie, trying to copy everything Katie does with the reality's crap, which a lot of that's crap too. But anyway, we know how she don't bet stuff. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Yeah, I stopped accepting more from requests.
Bro, she's crying about her Facebook. She's explaining to her followers. She had to do a 2.5 hour live about this and a message that was sent to her, not anyone else, to her. She spent a whole 2.5 hours or so just fluff talking, just talking, trying to talk people into believing her story, her side of it only, her version. But yeah, she's all she had to do is make a community post. Hey, I anybody who's following me on my private channel or my private page, Facebook page, I'm going to delete because I'm going to ask you to go follow me on my Facebook page for my channel. Pretty simple. But you know what? She was the one accepting people on her private page. But yeah, let's get into this. But she rambles on about this, so I'll try to get through it. I'll fast forward if I can.
Um, I had almost 3,000 followers.
Oh, good for you.
So, or
Because you
friends,
were
followers,
accepting
whatever you want to call it,
anybody that friended you
So,
on Facebook. Because you're
I didn't
thirsty.
think too much about it, like, until recently.
Mm.
I know that there are people that follows my account that takes screenshots of things and puts them in like hate groups. And when I saw that, I was like, that's kind of disgusting.
You're right. That is kind of disgusting, Al. Because you're sitting here doing some self reflection. You've done the exact same things. The exact same things. To Katie, to Dre, to others. So please. The Miss Little Innocent, I'd never act doesn't work. It really doesn't. And you know, you jumped on the cater train, the hate train, to build your channel to get subs. And then you're stagnant. So then you see Molly and Dre, or Molly and Katie at it. There's your opportunity. Everyone else, you know, she's so good at playing victim, and I know they think she was Steve's victim. But let me get back into this anyway. So then she goes and jumps on the Molly train, the hate train of Dre, to gain subs and views. And now she's saying she wants to do true crime. True crime don't need another person out there giving out all nothing but misinformation, because that's what Elle does. I mean, come on. Even with the Duggars, a simple property search would have solved the problem, but no. And then she'll say she don't check people's backgrounds, but yet I've got video clips that are going to be in another video of her doing just that, admitting that she did it. Okay, she is so sneaky, and she thinks that she's playing everybody, but she went to Molly's, jumped on this, put out all this misinformation and outright lies about Dre to gain subs and views. But if you look, this is she 70,000 subs and she's only getting 2,000 views on a video. I see channels with 3,000 subs, 5,000 subs, 10,000 subs, 18,000 subs, and they got 4 or 5,000, 6,000 views on almost every video. So she got subs, but she got subs because Molly told people to go sub her, so they did. But they don't actually watch her content and give her viewing hours. At least not according to the numbers. You know, I'm just a small little tiny channel. I'm just getting started. But I'm just saying, this is just what I've noticed. But this is what Elle does. And then she tries to, you know, she's sneaky. She's dirty thirsty. She'll jump on to get the subs. She will.
Because while at this point it might just be a screenshot of a post that I made, but
Like
they
you
have
did to
access to my
Katie
kids. They have
and
access
Dre
to so many
and
pictures of my
others.
kids. They have access to pictures of my mother, pictures of my brothers and
Well,
sisters,
that's kind of your
pictures
fault
of my
because
nephews
you
and
were so
nieces, and
thirsty, you
videos.
accepted
Like
them
they
on
have
your private
access to
Facebook. Not
everything
because you were
in
naive,
my life.
because you're thirsty.
And it's
Thirsty.
not that
Dirty thirsty.
I'm scared that these people are going to reach out to one of my friends and get some information on me. It's nothing like that because nobody could tell you anything that I haven't told you guys. What concerns me is people taking pictures of my kids or first off, because my kids are off limits. Kids should always be off
Oh.
limits. In terms of like picking on.
Oh, what a mouthful she said there. Okay. She's done exactly the same crap she's sitting here spewing. Her kids and her family's off limits. But KJ's wasn't. Dre's wasn't. Others that she's done this to wasn't. She even mentioned something about Uni being a dad, which I'm going to show the clip in the next video. So, how come it's off limits when it's her, but it's not, it's okay when she does it? Sorry, don't work that way, Al. You're sneaky, you're dirty, thirsty, and you did the same thing to KJ and Dre, and now you want to sit and whine because somebody's confronted you and called you out? Okay. Let's listen to her whine some more.
I don't bring my kids on my channel. I'm not on reality television, prancing my
Neither
kids
did
around
Katie.
you guys, telling you their whole life story. They're about to shave their legs and getting in the shower with them as we shave their, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to keep my kids separate. I talk to you guys about my kids, but like when they
But that's
come
not
in,
keeping them separate, Al.
I'll share things with you guys, but I don't let my kids come on my channel.
Neither did Katie.
The reason why is to protect them.
Okay. And just because Dre did bring her kids on, still didn't give you and Molly and Justin and Goose the right to incite hate on her and attack her because you didn't know. But yeah.
This type of stuff. So realizing that there were in fact people following my Facebook that hate me. They hate me.
And that's what you've done.
And they clearly don't know me based off what.
And that is exactly what you have done to Katie, to Dre, and to others. So what you're sitting here whining for 2.5 hours about, you've done a lot to others. So, yeah.
They were saying because they had their stories so mixed up.
Like you do.
They took a screenshot of like some of my posts and like the things that they said about
like
me were
you
like
have.
the most craziest things.
You've done that.
So they don't know me well at all. What I could tell is
just like you didn't know Dre.
Listen to certain people.
And honestly, you never met Katie. You didn't really know Katie before you started to hate Train and jumped on board the Cater hate. So come on.
Really, giving me a chance. So it was completely stupid for me to ever allow anyone that I didn't know access to my Facebook account.
Miss 4.0.
So here's the thing. I have a Facebook account for YouTube. It's called Ellebee TV. I'll show that to you.
I don't want to see it. But let's try to fast forward through this because, like I said, she's got 2 Facebook accounts. She's the dumb one that, because being so damn dirty thirsty, she trying to get all the friends she could so she could brag about how many friends she has, because we all know how she pats herself on the back about everything overly exaggerated. But she did it because of being dirty thirsty. It's that simple. I don't want to see her Facebook. All right.
Like, I would set a stream to go live, and then when I would try to go live...
Oh, now she's going to whine about how she's stressed out and overwhelmed by all the updates with YouTube, and she lives way out there. Apparently where she lives, she gets no signal. She's going to cry about StreamYard. She's going to whine and cry some more, but I'll try to get through some of it.
It wouldn't let me go live. It would put me... Be fun
she was in a funk.
Something like that.
According to her.
Oh, I can't use StreamYard at all.
Oh, here she goes about StreamYard.
StreamYard is completely...
And they even paid for it. Yeah, we know what you spend money on. We don't care.
She could have at least blocked out the picture.
You never did?
She didn't block out the picture. Nope, she showed it. And she said, "Oh, poor Ellebee, a real job."
Okay, this is the message that she got. I guess an email. One of her followers or somebody from a Facebook page messaged her. Now, no one else seen this apparently because if it was to her, but it had triggered her so bad, she's doing this 2.5 hour live on this crap. Deny, deny, deny.
First off, I've had real jobs before. I started working at 17 years old.
Good for you. A lot of us did.
So, yeah. And if can't nobody tell me that YouTube is not a real job.
A lot of us went to college
YouTube,
and
I
worked
work
at the
my
same
ass off for
time.
YouTube. I get up every
And raised
morning.
a family.
I spend the first few hours with
Not the only one.
And then at
Or
about
you didn't go to college.
9 o'clock, I start doing my makeup. I start reading. I mean,
Okay,
I
don't care about all this. She says everybody who has a good YouTube channel puts work into it, puts time into it. She's not special. What she's doing is not special. It's what any good YouTuber does.
Get it set up. So, this person, who I'm not going to name her, but poor Ellebee, a real job. Rumor is last year at this time, she ran a very tacky scam claiming without a crystal ball struck her channel and ruined her kids' Christmas. See, that's what I'm saying. This person is so ill-informed. She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Okay.
Because, first off, I've never ran a scam.
That's
much
questionable.
Less a tacky scam. I'm pretty.
I know, she's
I'm not
trying
a
to be
person,
cute.
so if it's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be a
right.
scam,
I forgot.
it's
She said
not gonna be
everybody's in love with her and wants to marry her.
What's a
She's
tacky?
perfect.
First off,
I
all
forgot.
scams. There's not a scam that's not
Al,
tacky. But
that's
if there would ever
debatable,
be
and I'm
one,
going to show some proof
I
you
would try to
did,
have it
kind of.
But
Yeah.
no, it's so wild that she said I ran a tacky
You were so
scam
thirsty.
claiming,
Dirty
and this
thirsty.
tells me there that she was not around back then. Okay.
I'm going to show you all this, including just show you, because she's fluff talking. She's just talking. Why did she have to bring this message that was to her and no one else on? She's regurgitating this at the same time every year around the holidays so she can whine about how she was done and how she didn't do anything. She's so innocent and oh, I'd never. But come on, really, Elle?
Because first off, she ran a very tacky scam claiming without a crystal ball struck her channel and ruined her kids' Christmas. First off, that happened.
Where's your proof?
In 2019, not last.
Yeah, but why are you bringing it out now? Why are you regurgitating now at the same exact time of year? Dry bacon.
Year. So this person that is talking about a real job doesn't even know basic math.
Okay. That's what
everybody
you get out
knows that happened in 2019. If you have been around, you know that in 2019.
No, because you keep regurgitating this every year. That's probably why she got the date confused. But a lot of what she said is what happened. A lot of it is.
Katie called for a mass flagging of my channel.
Prove
my channel
it.
Went down, and then she even acknowledged that
Prove
she did
it.
What a dumb way to describe a scam. Tacky. I know. But Katie...
Well, it's L, okay?
Acknowledged it several times. And I have so much proof of Katie acknowledging that she called for a mass flagging
Where's
on my
the
channel.
proof? Where's the proof? I want to see it if it's out there. Not her own words saying it, not L's words saying it, because that means nothing. Did she ever show any concrete proof? Any messages, any recordings of KJ admitting all this? Anything. If you guys know there's something out there, please put it in the comments, because I will correct this then. But I haven't seen it. And from what I've heard about these videos and what little I did see and what I've heard from other people and watching Nate's videos, if she'd have did that about me, I'd have probably flagged her channel too and asked for a mass flag. And others that I've talked to have said the same thing. So she put these out, but it's Katie's fault. But Elle's the one that put the videos out. She always tries to spin it like she's the victim. She's not the victim. She was dirty thirsty, and it caught up to her. Her shit caught up to her. And she did what she always does, runs and hides with her tail between her legs. Because she wasn't down very long. And I think she took her channel down and then brought it back with the new name or whatever, you know. And then really, like I said, she hit hard on the cater hate. Even harder. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Never seen proof she got a strike either.
When I spoke to her on the phone, she said, yes, we reported it. Like, a lot. And then the thing was she was reporting two videos.
Where's the
I
proof?
had one, why I'm distancing myself from Katie Joy. And the other one was, like, addressing Katie Joy's lies.
And from
So
what...
she reported both of them.
Right. And from what I've seen about the videos, and from what... talking with other people that have watched them, they should have been flagged.
Only one of them went down, the other one did not. So when she looked, she saw one of them still up, so she thought that I was lying, I guess? I don't know. She even
That's funny because I'm going to
her
show you in this video coming up that Nate showed that you were all still up and so were your videos, Al.
moderators to help her with this.
Yeah.
She lost moderators because she asked them, do you guys have trolls that can mass
And where's
flag?
your proof for that?
You know what I'm saying?
Where's your proof for that? Because you have ex-mods that want to talk about you, I'm sure. Everybody does. Okay.
So, anybody, this tells me here that this girl that's a part of this hate group that hates me doesn't even know me.
You ought to know because you're a big hate group.
Incorrectly.
You built your channel on hate.
First off, it was 2019 when she did. She called for mass flagging in my channel. My channel goes
down. Prove it.
And she's admitted to it, and I have the proof of that.
Okay, where's the proof?
Oh, and she claimed that it ruined her kids' Christmas.
You did.
I never said it ruined their Christmas.
Yes, you did.
What I said was it's BS that anybody would mass flag a channel right before Christmas when they have kids. I literally was like, that's wild. Like, right before Christmas, too?
Okay, wait. She said a mouthful there. Okay, number one. She did. She dry begged, saying it was going to hurt her kids' Christmas. She's the one who put the videos up, though. She knew there was going to be fallout from that. So whose fault is it? Her own. If it did happen the way she said, which I have yet to see proof of. I'm not saying it's not there, I just haven't seen it yet. Also, someone taking her YouTube channel down before the holidays, what the hell do you think you did to Dre? Dre is a mother, a wife with her husband laying in a coma, with 3 children in a house to take care of. Her man can't go out and get a job, yours can. You knew that was her bread and butter, and she was big. She was bigger than you guys will ever be, you or Molly. Dre was big. She was bigger than Katie. But let me tell you something. You didn't care about taking her bread and butter away with all the misinformation and lies you were spewing all over the place. Girl, you got some nerve. You really are a professional victim player. Poor Al, she would never. Please.
Like, who does that?
Who does that? You did it. You did it to someone. You tried to do it to Katie, too. Own your shit, Al, at least. Own it.
This happened at the end of November, right?
Just like you're regurgitating it now.
Christmas is in December.
For the holidays.
So I'm already
you're dry baking.
You know, you got 6 kids. Christmas is expensive for anybody almost.
Here she goes again with her dry baking.
But everything.
Why'd she regurgitate this again right at the same time of year, right before Christmas? Why do you all think? She even said she was in a slump on her channel. You know, she even had her hubby in one video saying, oh, hit the like button, you know, Christmas is coming, we got 6 kids, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show that in the next video. But she's dry baking.
No. Because they mass flagged it.
Okay.
So,
show the proof,
I was just saying the truth about it. The truth about it was I had 6 children. My husband had been laid off.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, my channel going down right before Christmas was upsetting.
You weren't that long.
I never said it ruined my kids' Christmas.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something. I'm like my mama, babe. I don't care. I could be living under a bridge, but I will see to it that my kids have a decent Christmas.
I'm sure.
I will work to make that happen.
Yeah, we've seen what your work can do. We've seen the faked email, and you've never showed proof that I've seen of any of this other stuff happening. So, yeah, Al. Okay.
Um,
And what about what you did to Dre? What about you participating in her losing her bread and butter to take care of her children and her family? They got a Christmas coming up too. Yeah, Al. Okay.
so, anyways, it's what? Yeah. She produced a fake email from YouTube.
You
Where's
did.
the proof of that?
Oh, I got it.
If you guys ever hear anybody say that I produced a fake email from YouTube, just be like, "Oh, dang, really? It was proven she did that? Where's the proof of
Yep,
that?
it's proven. You
Where's the
faked it.
proof?"
You're the
Oh,
one that
well, we
put
haven't
this
been able to
email
prove it
out.
yet. Oh, okay, then shut the hell up.
No, I got the proof.
Shut
You
up.
put the fake
Because you
email
can't
out
prove
and
it
you
because it
know it.
didn't happen.
And that's why
At the
you
time, you
ran.
guys,
And
right?
that's why you took your channel down. And that's why you waited and tried to change the name and came back a couple weeks later. Because you knew you put out a fake email. You knew it, Al. You ran with your tail between your legs. The same thing you did with Vaughn and Dre's story with Molly and them. When the truth started coming out, people asking questions, facts being shown. You, my dear, tried to, oh, well, I need a break. I'm going to take a break from YouTube. And then next thing you know, oh, I'm going to do a deep dive into Katie, get the Katie hate going again. Because that's how you built your channel, on hate. On hate. But yeah. Okay, let's get back into it.
Now I have this big, beautiful office
Oh,
that
she's
Shauna's built
bragging
for
about
me.
what she
I have
has again.
nice
We don't care.
monitors.
Let's follow through.
I didn't even have service in Walmart. We don't have service in our house.
Okay, she's going to keep
When I
talking
when
fluff.
I went back to look, establishing that I was with my mother.
Okay,
I was
she can't remember when she got the email telling her channel was going down, but she can remember all the other details. It's all talk, talk, talk. It's fluff talk to try to talk you into her side of things. But I've got the proof here. I've got some of Nate's video. He's done 2 good videos on this that I found so far. Nate the Lawyer, great channel. Anyway, he does a great job on this, and I trust what Nate says. And it proves it's fake. And she put it out there to the community. She did. And then I have Steve's little Instagram live calling her out about deleting said email and not getting it to him, which was putting pressure on her to put one out. And voila, she comes with this one. Okay, but you're going to delete an email that you just got saying your channel's being taken down, and then at 9, 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving on a holiday at night, YouTube takes your channel down. All right, bullshit.
with my mother that Thursday night. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so my channel goes down Thursday, Thanksgiving. That's when it goes down. I discovered that it's down.
Okay, does YouTube work on the holidays at 9, 10 o'clock at night? I don't know. I'm asking. If anybody knows in the comments, let me know. Is it something that just it's automatically done on the, or do they actually have people working holidays doing this? Because if so, they're paying good to work the holiday. All right, let's go. She talks a lot of crap in here.
I think it was Friday, and we go
I know she's
after
trying to get it straight.
Thanksgiving. Me, my mom, and Paris go Black Friday shopping, right? So that was the thing. The email was sent in at like 10 that night, I think, or maybe 9 or 10
But you're
that
going to
night.
see how she
I
contradicts
didn't even
herself.
get back home from Christmas shopping where I didn't even have service inside Walmart. When I realized that my channel went down, I had to run back outside of Walmart. So I did a video walking into Walmart that I was trying to put up, but I couldn't get it up because I couldn't upload anything to my channel. So me and my mom and Paris all walk in Walmart, and I'm struggling, like I don't know what to do. My channel's down. Oh my god! So I try to contact somebody that I was friends with to let somebody else know. I didn't have.
Look, she said She was at Walmart when she realized her channel was down. This was 9, 10 o'clock at night on Thanksgiving night. Then she said she got home about 8, 8:30. So which is it, Elle? Your story's not making sense.
I didn't even have service in Walmart. We don't have
Mm.
service in our Walmart. You have to connect to the Wi-Fi to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Black Friday. You guys think I'm inside standing in line at Black Friday with my cell phone trying to type up an email?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
I got home around 8 or 8:30 that night from Christmas shopping. We had to unload stuff,
Mm.
right? So it wouldn't even be possible, really. It really ain't even possible. I mean, the email either.
Okay. We all know Black Friday sales start late on Thanksgiving. Okay. Now she keeps jumbling this up. If she said it was Thanksgiving night, 9, 10 o'clock at night at Walmart, that she realized her channel was down. But then she turned around and said she got home about 8, 8:30. So which is it? And yeah, Al, you can do that stuff on your phone.
Came at like 9 or 10. I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But I didn't even get home till like 8 or 8:30 that night.
Mm.
Literally, I've been using a phone. I may have had Flossie's laptop during that time too.
Exactly.
Flossie let me use her laptop for a short period. And then we got into the
She's
fight.
fluff talking. She's talking so much,
But that
it's
so
starting not to sound believable at
produced a
all.
fake email. Okay. And y'all listen to this one. And started a GoFundMe fundraiser. This lady said I started a GoFundMe fundraiser. I've never in my life ever had a GoFundMe fundraiser. I've never ever had a GoFundMe. One time when Abram passed away.
Okay, I'm not going to get into the fundraiser thing. Unirock broke all that down. He did some videos on that. Go check him out on his channel. I'm going to save that for a later date, but not for this video.
When Abram passed away, she brought any of you guys up, and you told me about a hardship going on in your life, and I
Okay,
said,
so I went too far.
And because your channel was going to happen,
I'm trying to get back to the point. Sorry.
just can't explain things to some people. You literally just cannot explain things to some people.
Boy, now you know how we feel. The truth is out there. The facts are out there about Dre, but you're still happy to sit there and spew misinformation and lies. Yeah, we know. Even when your own chat tells you that it's misinformation, you still sit there and run with it. We know how. True crime does not need you, and Shaquilla Robinson's story does not need your misinformation. People have been covering that story for weeks. Where you been? Now you're going to insert yourself? Okay.
I had no idea this was going to happen. He brings me on. He says, I'm going to give you the super chats that I get tonight.
This is Steve McRae.
I said, are you sure? You don't have to do that. No, I'm sure I want to do it. You know, because it's so close to Christmas and because your channel got shut down, I want to do that. I said, okay, well, thank you so much. And so it would literally be equivalent to if I brought any of you guys up and you told me about a hardship going on in your life, and I said, you know what? All the super chats that I get tonight, I'm going to give them to you. That's not a fundraiser.
Yes, it is, Al. You and Steve were on his live telling people in his chat that any super chats that come in, that money is going to go to your kids' Christmas. That's raising funds. That's fundraising for a specific purpose. The same thing as if you did take someone on your channel and do the same thing. You were raising funds for a specific person. You can spin it all you want. It's still raising money. You got the money. The money was for your kids' Christmas. And yeah, Steve drew her in, and she jumped on board to grow her channel full of hate for Katie. But Steve didn't do the email. The email came from her. I know everybody thinks that Steve did manipulated the whole thing. Nah, Elle's just as knee deep in this. She's sneaky and she's dirty thirsty. And she tries to play this little Miss Naive Innocent card all the time. Or the victim. She's a victim all the time. Let's get back into it.
That's just me giving you my super chats.
That's fundraising.
It's not a fundraiser.
Yes,
it
is.
wasn't like we posted about it days in advance. Hey,
Don't
tonight
matter.
we're going to have a fundraiser on Steve's channel. No. That's not a fundraiser.
Yeah,
There
it
was
is.
no GoFundMe. It was literally another creator that felt bad. I was on his channel that night, and he said, I'll give you the super chats. And I was literally like, you don't have to. And he was like, no, I want to.
Okay. Not exactly how it went down. They were telling people in the chat. She was on there playing victim. Oh, Katie did this to me. And you know the haters. The haters were going crazy. She knew that. That's why she went up on there. She sat there and whined and cried about, oh, I'm victim of Katie. Look at what she did to me and my family. Blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, guys, any super chats you give us, we're going to give to Elle's Kids Christmas. Telling people that if they did send money in through super chat, it was for a specific reason. Elle's Kids Christmas. That's begging. That's collecting money. That's fundraising. Wow. I've got Steve's video coming.
This person literally is...
I got Steve's Instagram Live coming up here in a minute where he calls her out about this email.
So misinformed. So misinformed.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, and to buy my kids extravagant gifts. How do you know what I got my kids?
Don't care.
I do have 6 kids, and the night was
Here's
taking
Steve.
me very late. Kenny busted a drink, and by the time I bathed her and cleared my kitchen counters and floors, I was that doesn't matter. You said you were going to do something, and you didn't do it, which could have been exculpatory. That would have saved everybody a lot of heartache. That's all you had to do was take 5 minutes the next day, and I waited for you to send me that email. Okay? Yeah, you're right. People are right. You don't owe me anything, right? You don't. But I got to tell you, when you lead exculpatory evidence, that's going to hang over your head because I don't know what else to tell you. All you had to do was send it, and this all would have been done. It would have been over. We would have figured it out. You would have been out of it and never had to worry about it again. But when you lead exculpatory evidence, when somebody asks you for it, and you tell them you're going to send it, I can't depend on somebody like that. This is not a fight, Kelly Brown. This is me being transparent and honest. You know?
Okay. So he's saying she deleted the email from what she told him and never sent it. Now you're going to delete the email about your channel going down? I don't know. And I know everyone thinks that it was all, Steve. And I do believe Steve is in on this too. Yes. His hate for Katie blinds him, amongst other things. But Elle was thirsty. Thirsty, dirty, thirsty. And she jumped on this Cater hate train to build her channel. And she built her channel on hate. And misinformation. A lot of misinformation. So, Elle isn't the victim in the way she's trying to portray. Is she a victim of Steve? Somewhat. But she's also in this herself. Now we're going to go into Nate. I'm sorry this video is so long, but it's a lot to try to get into one video. And Nate's going to show us how he reached the conclusion the email was fake. And why. Now, mind you, Elle put this email out. And yes, Steve did pressure her into putting this email out. But Elle is the one who put this out to the community.
Tremendous amount of information about the Leslie Bass, Katie Jo Paulson situation. And it was interesting. It was all interesting. Now, before I go into this analysis or what I'm about to say, I need you guys to understand this. I am looking at the situation as someone who doesn't know any of these people, someone who has no allegiance to Unirock, to Katie Jo Paulson, to Leslie Beth. I have no allegiance to any of those people. If I say somebody did X, I don't care how they really feel. I don't care how the Leslie people feel. I don't care how the Katie people feel. I just really care about the facts and evidence. That's the way my channel's been run. As you can see, even with the non-sex show, even with David Silverman, Matt Delahanty, I just give you the facts. I lay it out for you to play it out. That's like what I love to do. Usually after everything is wrapped up, I'll say, well, here's my opinion on it. This is what I thought about it. And, it either goes to hell or, people like it. And it is what it is. So with this situation, I didn't want to just start off with giving my opinion. I kind of just wanted to just give you kind of a background of what happened and how I kind of got involved in this thing. Now, I was following the Unirock fallout with Steve, and it was over this Lizzie Bass thing. And then when the email was presented, I was actually sick, and we were laughing at the email. But then it was kind of like, well, is this email real? Is it really fake? I watched Unirock's video on the email, and I was like, well, this email seems a little fake. So after I forgot what day it was, but anyway, I sent it to a friend. As you guys know, I used to be a cop.
But you see how this spun all out? Steve go at it over Leslie and this fake email and the money that was raised that wasn't raising money, but it was raising money because it was for Christmas. It was for her kids. It was. And there were no proof of anything that happened. But yeah, Nate's going to go in here and talk about his distinguished career, and Nate has had one heck of a career. And that's exactly why I believe what he says, and I trust in what he's saying.
I was an ADA. I was a professor at a law school. I'm an attorney as of now. So I try to think critically about when someone presents evidence and just don't, just judge it right off the bat like this is fake. Now, that email, when I saw the spelling errors, I was like, oh, this is obviously fake. I've seen it before. I've seen fake emails because sometimes people want to fool others.
And in Al's live, she said that, oh, I'm a great speller. I graduated with a 4.0. I'm a great speller. She was pointing that out and hammering on it because she knew one of the issues with this email was the grammar. There's other issues, though. Other big issues.
People and want to get their money. So it happens all the time. So in my career, I've seen forgeries that were obvious. And, you say this is a forgery and the person says, yeah. So it's not something that is out of the realm of possibility. So when I saw the email, it looked like a fake. But I still have friends in law enforcement, so I sent it to one of my friends who does this stuff. He does forensics, and it's funny because I sent it to him.
You hear that, Al? It's called proof and experts. Nate just isn't here talking, even though he has enough experience that he can call it without sending it to anybody. But no, he took the extra step to send it to someone who specializes in this kind of stuff. It's a fake, Al, and you know it.
And he sent it right back to me. He's like, this is obvious forgery. Like, literally 5 minutes. He was like, come on. You're sending me something. What are you trying to test me? I was like, no, I just wanted to see. And he pointed out a whole bunch of things. From this, the first paragraph, he's like, listen, this is obviously a forgery. But if you want to do some deeper analysis, he gave me some pointers, like, these are some things you should do. And that's what we did. We looked at the different templates, and I presented to you in this video right here.
Yep. Go watch it.
In this video, I presented it to you, and you made your own decision. I laid out the facts and said, hey, this is what we found. And I think most reasonable people believe that this email is a forgery. You can't sugarcoat it. Email is a forgery. It seems fake. Now, I can only say allegedly, but if that email was real, I would be shocked. It would be shocking to not only the community, but to know that a billion-dollar corporation like YouTube and Google would put out something like that.
Exactly.
Is unbelievable, but not impossible. So it seems like people on the other side are using that ambiguity that we can't say for absolute certainty that the email is fake to kind of, have some wiggle room. Well, I don't believe it's fake. It may be fake. This. So for those of you who've been following me for a while, who've been on my channel, I don't really deal with absolutes, but we deal with kind of standards. And the standard that I judge this email, just like I would judge any other evidence, is usually a standard of beyond reasonable doubt. because you can't really absolutely know anything for certain, but you can be reasonable in your assessment. So for the emails, when the emails came in, I took it as this email is true because I was getting it from a source, Leslie and Steve McRae. You get it from a source. They present to you some evidence. You evaluate that evidence, and I accepted it as true because it was coming from, I thought, to be a reputable source. Boom, it's true. But then when you see issues with it, misspelling errors, things that are obviously wrong, and then you go into it and you see some more and more details like this, then it's obvious that there's enough there to put the authenticity of this email into question. And that's what happened. It looks like it's BS. The burden shifts to now the people who presented the email to show us that the email is legit. If they can't show us the email is legit, then I have to believe it's fake based on the evidence that we have. Now, I feel bad by saying this. I really do. Because I've met people on the both sides, and it's hard to say this, but all of those people are good people. I don't think anybody meant to do anything malicious here, but that can't excuse the fact that something malicious was done.
Exactly.
And it should be exposed. And that's what this video hopefully is going to do. So first, let's start with yesterday. So yesterday I went on Speak Tea with Joe, and Joe is a phenomenal person. I've spoken to Joe before. She's one of Leslie's friends, and she is a phenomenal person. And she was helping me get through some of the knowledge of what was going on, the background stuff. And yesterday I was on her channel, and I explained to her that I think Leslie was a victim in this whole thing, and I explained to her my feelings.
What he means by a victim in this whole thing, the ultimate victim, is because of Steve McRae. And I do agree with that to an extent, but Elle is sneaky, and she's dirty thirsty. She jumped into this. She's knee-deep into this. She put this email out because Steve pressured her into it. This is what they're, Nate, which you can go and watch the whole video on his channel. That's his conclusion. But at the end, it's still Ellebee is in this, regardless.
Personal feelings about the whole situation. But there was an issue that I needed to resolve that was bothering me, because one of the facts that I tried to lay out seemed to be taken incorrectly, or I said it in a way where I think people may have been confused about when the email had occurred in reference to the fundraiser. But I don't think it was really a big issue, because the email was presented as proof that the fundraiser was legit. And if you present to me fake evidence, and that evidence is supposed to show me that the fundraiser was real, if the email is fake, then I'm going to say the fundraiser was fake. Or the reasons for the fundraiser was illegitimate, because the evidence you gave me to show me that it was legitimate itself is fake. At this time, I want to read to you a comment that a fan left on that video, on the video about the emails. And it sums up, I think, extremely nicely the issue that I want to clarify and the correction that I want to make. It is clearly fake. I also absolutely think the fundraiser was a scam. Although, one correction, the email was not mentioned until after the fundraiser. I do, however, think the fraudulent fundraiser was the catalyst for the fake email. Now, I think that's as accurate as it can possibly.
Exactly. Whoever that is that wrote that comment, exact word for word. I believe that 100%. I think Elle was having a little financial trouble. She was jumping into with Steve with the cater hate. It was Christmas time with the kids. Thought an easy way to make a quick buck. Elle was not as naive as everyone thinks she is, as she portrays. She's sneaky. And I think Steve thought he was playing her, but she was trying to play him at the same time. That's made. Okay.
The email came after the fundraiser. So the fundraiser was give money because this person couldn't stream, this channel was struck for this particular reason. And then when it was challenged, well, hold on, your channel doesn't seem like it had the strike and the video wasn't removed. Can you show us some evidence that this actually occurred? The evidence was presented later, and that evidence obviously was the email that obviously we're talking about now. So that's the part that I wanted to clear up, is that the email came after the fundraiser, but the fundraiser, the pretenses of the fundraiser was the channel was struck. It was struck by Katie Joy Paulson. It was a fake strike, and since this person couldn't stream because of those reasons, we needed to have a fundraiser. And one thing that I've been asking everyone is, was any of those reasons accurate? We don't know if the channel was actually struck. We just don't know. Like, literally at this point, I can't tell you that Leslie's channel was actually struck or she couldn't even stream. I don't know if any of that was true. We know that the email that was showing us evidence that it was actually true was false, or is allegedly false. But that evidence is false. So I don't know if any of that stuff was true. Right now, all of the reasons why the fundraiser was had is in question. No one can say anything about that fundraiser was true, except, if they were just saying, hey, give money to a woman who has 6 children, fine, that's no problem. But there was very specific reasons put forward.
Exactly.
Now, this
so
comes
that makes
into
it a fundraiser. That's what I
occasion
thought.
of, it could be wire fraud, it could be fraud. All this stuff happens when you don't give people the correct information, collect their money, and then provide information that's fake. And that's what happened here. That's just what happened here. But and I don't know whose fault it was. Who knows? But you come here because I'm an attorney, and I have a long history in law enforcement. I have like 15 years in law enforcement. 15 years. I was a criminal investigator. I've done career. It's been a long career.
You got an amazing career.
I've
You really
also,
have, Nate.
just to be clear, I was
That's
a
awesome.
prosecutor. So I can't just like take that stuff out of my mind and throw it away when I'm looking at a situation. All that experience comes into play and helps me evaluate situations, like it did with this one, to determine who's telling the truth and what's the actual facts behind it. So
Excuse
that's
me.
just the
Sorry.
way. I wish I can turn it off, because sometimes I get too skeptical about certain things, but sometimes well, I'll say this: it has helped me more than not avoid situations and be more careful about things that occur. So now, I want to now transition to give you my opinion of the situation, the evidence that I've seen, and just thinking about it from my law enforcement background, what I believe are true and what I believe is false, and how I believe everybody plays together. All right, first, sipping tea with Joe. I think Joe is a phenomenal person. I think she's great. I know she's calling Unirock a liar. Unirock's calling her a liar. I'm putting that aside. I don't care about that. Joe has been great to me. She's really helped me, and she's really trying to help Leslie, and I wish them all the best. And I really think they are phenomenal people, and I think Joe is trying to do her best to resolve the situation in an amicable way. And I have nothing bad to say about Joe. I would say go subscribe to her channel, Sipping Tea with Joe. She's a phenomenal person, and
Let me try to get through a little bit. Sorry, I should have.
and I hope that this situation doesn't fall badly on Joe, because Joe is just the nicest person in the world. It's funny because I'm going to the United.
Try to go a little bit ahead.
I want to now turn to Unirock. Now, most of you guys know me and Unirock had an issue. One
Let me get through that.
you'll ever meet. They're just some of the nicest people like you'll ever meet.
I think he said something about Katie
Doesn't
there.
the situation doesn't fall badly on Joe, because Joe is just the nicest person.
I'm
in the
sorry,
world.
guys.
It's funny
I'm
because
trying to
I'm
do
going
this
to
fast forwarding.
and didn't speak to him, but spoke at him, and the same thing for me. So we resolved our issues. Now, does that mean that I think sometimes Unirock does jump the gun? Yes, I think sometimes Unirock is incorrect.
Trying to fast
no
forward
problem.
through some of this.
He seems to be all right, and we'll see where it goes. Not even been close to not being accurate. Like, she presents not only like literally, she presents
talking about
receipts
Katie.
to argue with some of the points he made based on the facts. But I'm not.
He was saying that Katie produced receipts, and lots of them, pages of receipts. Al hasn't produced anything. You can see that in his video, though. I had to keep trying to fast forward and shorten it because it would be super long. But there's going to be another coming up.
way
So,
where Unirock is at, but I'm moving toward that way. Um, I do want to also talk about Katie Joy Paulson. Katie Joy
oh, here he
Paulson,
goes. I'm sorry.
I've been in contact with. I've been
I
talking
thought
to
I missed
directly,
it.
and the only things I've ever heard about her before I actually spoke with her is that she's a liar, she's this, she's that, she's a horrible person, she destroys channels, all this stuff. And then when I spoke to her, actually spoke to her, she's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. You know, it's like, it's so weird because if you talk to Joe from Sipping Tea with Joe, and
Wonder
you
if he
talk to
still has
Katie
that same
Joy,
opinion.
and you talk to Leslie, it's these people on a one-on-one individual level, like even with Unirock on a one-on-one, they're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. They are. They're just some of the nicest people like you'll ever meet. But I don't know how we get to the point where, you know, now she's the biggest liar on YouTube. Like, where the hell did that come from? You know, she's never told me anything that's not even been close to not being accurate. Like, you know, she presents not only like literally, she presents receipts. She's like, hey, Nate, this is it. Here's the paperwork. You know, so
Yeah, she did.
you
But
know,
LB didn't.
I don't have all the background of what
But
she may have
LB's
done
Katie's
in the
victim.
past, or you know why people
Okay.
dislike her. I know, like for instance, I love Teen Mom Shade Room. I started watching that maybe I think
See if I can get
2
through
months
this a
ago,
little bit more.
and I love Teen Mom Shade Room. I don't know why, but I had motive.
I'm trying to get through to the good part here, guys.
Those are fake or not, and on one individual level, like even with Unirock, you talk to Joe, you talk to Leslie, people on a one-on-one.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through it here.
Now, as a cop, as a prosecutor, I would say she had motive to fake the email. She had opportunity to fake the email, and the fake email was given to the community from her. She says she received an email, hasn't provided the email. She says she got a community guideline strike, hasn't provided the community guideline strike. Now, if I was doing law enforcement again, she would be my number one suspect. She would be my number one suspect. She got the proceeds from the fundraiser. She provided the fake information, and she hasn't provided anything to show that she even got an email. You know, the email was deleted. Now, all of this is circumstantial evidence, but at a point, if I was prosecuting this as a crime, that's all going to be used for the jury, which generally my audience is. To say, well, do you think this person faked this email so they can get money or they can continue to play this narrative? And like 9 times out of 10, I would be able to convince a jury that, yeah, that did happen. It just, I assume that a lot of people who love Leslie are going to hate the fact that I'm saying this. But I have to be honest with the evidence. I have motive. I have opportunity. I have the person who actually gave me the information is the person who profited off the information. It's sad, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Now, I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know Leslie. I just don't. And by giving her the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to say that I don't believe that Leslie created the email. Maybe she, you know what? I can't even say that. I can't say I don't believe that she created the email, the fake email. I can't say that because I do. I just do. If I hadn't gone through 15 years of law enforcement training, 15 years, if I haven't prosecuted people for shit like this, if I hadn't arrested people and investigated shit like this, I would easily say that, hey, you know, it's possible she didn't. But every bone in my investigative body tells me that and it's more likely either she faked it or she knows who did it.
Wow.
It just does.
Yep.
You know.
And there you
Now,
have it, Leslie.
I know there's going to be like an exodus of people who don't like the fact that I just said
Excuse
that,
me.
but I can't. I have to be true to the people who watch my show and to watch my stuff to let you know that this is how I honestly feel. She has to know. But if she doesn't, then I'm sorry. She's I think the burden's on her. So
And he's
now,
going to show us here in a minute how easily she could have showed him without giving out any personal private information that her channel really did get struck. But I don't know if she ever did. I don't think she did.
one of the things that's actually coloring that opinion that Leslie either created it or knew who created it is the fact that Leslie was struck. And if you go to your YouTube studio and look at your community page with the strikes and all that stuff, she can just take a screenshot of that page and send it out and say, hey, listen, I did get a community guideline strike. Here it goes. Here's the day. Here's everything. It's right here, right over here. She closed down her channel and then she reopened it. So if you actually look at Leslie Bass's channel, all of her stuff is still there. I'm looking at it now. All the videos are still there. All the community tab stuff is still, from I got months ago, years ago, I got here 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months. So all this stuff is still there. And if she can't stream for 90 days because the strikes last for 90 days, it hasn't been 90 days. That strike should be there. And if it wasn't so simple as you could just go and click a couple of buttons and show right there that the email,
Exactly.
you actually
Why
got
hasn't
the strike,
Why didn't she?
then I have to assume that you didn't get a community guideline strike. Because if you were to show that page and it shows that you got a community guideline strike, then the email becomes irrelevant. The email becomes irrelevant at that point because what you said was true. I got a strike and I couldn't stream. And
No, she
some
still put out
troll
a
may have
fake
sent me an
email.
email that I didn't believe. But now it's funny because Unirock said this yesterday, which I didn't think about. He was like, well, if she'd have came back in February and came back to her channel, then we couldn't have gotten a strike because we could say, okay, well, let's see the community guideline. Let's, go back, and she would say, well, it only lasts for 90 days. It's gone. So, but we're only like maybe 30 days in. So that strike should still be there. She should still be there for the next 2 months till February. And that's the reason why I think she knows who did it. Because she should put that. She should put that up. She should just show it to us. Shut us up. Shut me up. You can shut all the naysayers up. Just put this up. And we'll see. For sure. We'll know. And you'll be exonerated.
Yep.
Beyond
that
a reasonable
easy.
doubt.
It's that easy.
Until that happens, I hate seeing bad things about good people. But I think she's involved. I just do. I just do. And if I haven't convinced you, then I'm sorry. But I do want to say this too. Think about this. The email was so bad that the video that I did about how bad the email was, I only gave you guys half
Wow.
of the errors that were found in that email.
Yeah.
There were more. For instance, like the second paragraph.
He's going to show us here where, strikes, different portions of different kinds of strikes were put together into one. But yeah, he's right. LB is in this. But she's not going to own it at this point.
The wording in the second paragraph was actually for a spam strike, not even a harassment strike. The harassment strikes, the wording is different because what happens is the first paragraph is all the same, but the second paragraph changes based on the type of strike you got. So if it's a harassment strike, it says something different versus if it's a spamming strike. And the strike that they used was the spamming strike, not the harassment strike. And there's a lot more little teeny weeny things there that you can see that maybe
there was a mountain of evidence that was a fake email.
So and most people, just with half of the evidence, that we found that the email was fake, have already concluded that it's fake. And now if the other half was put out, you guys would be like, oh my God, it's a clear forgery. But we can't say it's for 100%. And for those people who are out there saying that we can never say for 100% that email didn't come from YouTube.
That look says
Last
it all.
but not least, I have to talk about Steve McCrae.
Okay, now the Steve McCrae stuff I'm saving for a whole nother video because there's a lot with that one. And it doesn't pertain to LB denying that she was involved in any way in this, because she was. But yeah, let's finish here. But guys, sorry about the editing. I'm trying to learn it. I'm getting, it's hard on my iPad. I'm trying to get my laptop straightened out so I don't even have to do this. I can go live. But yeah, let me know what you think about this, because it's being brought up because LB is regurgitating it all. Okay, guys. Well, let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching or listening. Next time.